What up, YouTube? It's Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and before we get to our video, we wanted to let you know about our milestone giveaway for 1,000 subscribers.
We are giving away an Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4. This is the first appearance of Silk, the original Sin tie-in. I'm sure everybody is familiar with this book. This is a CBCS 9.8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Big boy.
This book is much hotter than it was when we first bought it for the show.
Yep, that's true.
You insist on still giving it away, and I'm very happy to do it.
You can tell that he is not. But anyway, we are giving this away when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Kick-ass, key issue, first appearance of Silk, is someone's going to win this book. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let's get to the video, shall we? Hey, Nate, so I went to the market the other day, and I bought some bees.
Some bees?
Yeah, I bought some bees, and I said, I want 12 bees, right? I want 12 bees.
Okay.
So the beekeeper was putting 12 bees in the bag, and he handed it to me, and I was like, all right, thanks, man. So right before I paid, I looked in there, and I counted 13 bees. And I was like, hey, there's 13 bees in here. And he looked at me,
Oh, God.
and he said, that's a freebie.
Ooh, that's a whole thing you got there. That's a freebie. Yeah.
Start the show. What up, YouTube? It's Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and we've got another new comic book day video for you for the week of September 13th. And it's actually a nice, well-rounded show. Pretty excited for it, and I promise we will have a live show next week. Because
Promises.
we didn't have it last week because my internet decided to poop the bed, and you know, I can't. There's nothing I can do about that. But it's back now, so let's
That's what he says.
let's get into the show. First up, we're gonna kick it off with Marvel, and we've got Avengers Inc number 1 from Al Ewing and Kirk on the artwork. This one has me a little intrigued because it is Al Ewing. I just I've got a lot of faith in Al Ewing. And it was solicited, and I'm sure it's all smoke and mirrors, but it was kind of solicited that this one was going to be kind of a companion to our current Avengers run, even though it may be set in a different time, or I don't know. There's a lot of mystery behind the book, but it was solicited that this was going to be somewhat of a companion to the current Avengers run. How true that's going to be, we'll find out in issue number 1. And I'm just giving it a shot. I'm not really that excited about the characters that are in the book, so that's already a strike. But it's Al Ewing, and I really like I kind of like the cover too.
Yeah. The cover's okay. I like the Alex Ross cover a little bit more, obviously.
Yeah.
Because of the character that's featured on it, but
Right. Yeah.
I will say that this book has really put my theme to the test, which is if you put X writer on a book, doesn't matter what it is, I'm gonna read it. Right now, that's for me, it's like Kyle Starks, Al Ewing, Philip Kennedy Johnson, and boy, did this book put that to the test, because I just before the show decided, yes, I'm gonna pick this up.
Yeah.
It was barely there. I just certainly do not care about this at all. Besides the fact that it's being written by one of my favorite writers, who I trust wholeheartedly. So here we go. Let's see what happens. But
Yeah.
It's going to be a long uphill battle.
And I'm kind of in the same boat. I want to check it out. It has me a little intrigued, but you know, there's other Al Ewing books currently that are on the show that are, and then there's one specifically that we'll get to here in a bit.
Yep.
All right. After that, we have Daredevil number 1, a new number 1. Saladin Ahmed is the writer for the book, and then we have Aaron Cooder. Okay, I just want to make sure I said it right. I didn't want to say it wrong. Don't really get the candy cane staff here. I know that's supposed to be kind of like a hook, but that kind of looks really weird. It's another one of those.
That's John Romita Jr.
John Romita Jr. What are you doing over here? Get out of here, guy. But you know, excited. But I think also, you know, we talked about this before with these new number 1s kind of releasing with new creative teams. It's gonna be in my brain. I just have to like make a mental note that this is a different writer with a different direction and approach to the book, and it's not going to be Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil. So, got to get that through my head.
Yeah, I am interested to see how much of the status quo changes that we got from Zdarsky's run are going to be apparent here in this book. Hopefully,
Mm,
we get to still see Elektra in the Daredevil suit. I will be quite disappointed if not. And then, of course, it looks like we're uh, going to be playing artist, uh,
oh God.
juggling artist here pretty quickly on this book. So
Ugh.
I am very cautious on this book, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So answer me this though: you've got John Romita Jr. on the main cover, right? Because what
Hmm.
namesake? But then you have a 1 in 25 Pepe Larraz that just come on, like
At this point, I'm gonna sound super conspiracy theory and like maybe I would even at sometimes be angry at myself for saying this, but it feels like at this point, Marvel is putting Junior on cover A's to try to push you towards buying variant covers,
incentives,
incentive
variants.
covers, because like there's just not anyone out there that is just clamoring for these books. I don't believe it. I
I don't
show
either.
me the sales because I just absolutely do not believe it. There's certainly not a vocal majority out there that is just going, "Oh, I'm totally losing it for all these junior artwork. It's so amazing."
Right.
No one cares about. I mean, it's got to be that like uh Ramita beat CB Cebulski at a poker game. It's just like, fuck you. I got 10 years of work and there's nothing you can do about it. Like,
Yeah.
I seriously think it has to be something like that because
Yeah. Some kind of
there's
blackmail.
not enough fanboys in the world asking for this.
No. And I think Marvel's probably succeeding if this is true because I am seriously considering picking up that Pepe Larraz 1 in 25 because it is a beaut.
Yeah, it's a very nice
So,
cover.
all right, after that, we've got Philip Kennedy Johnson's The Incredible Hulk, issue number 4. 3 was fantastic. It was more of a smash and grab issue, which, I think we'll get a nice mix and match of that kind of concept. A little bit of banner, a little bit of build up, and then we get Hulk just smashing and just kicking ass. And we've
Mhm,
got promise of Man Thing, a big old man thing in here. So we got 2 man things fighting it out
mhm,
in this book. And I'm hoping that that's the case and it's not some kind of like, red herring. But I have thoroughly enjoyed Philip Kennedy Johnson's run.
mhm.
Multiple picks of the weeks already in 4 issues. Uh, the only issue I have with looking at this book right now,
Remember when Nick Klein was on this book?
when Nick Klein is not on the book, that's very frustrating.
I mean, it's to me this is just unacceptable at this point that we're
You have
like,
4 issues.
well, why we need to make sure that we are totally not mentioning artists being tied to any books anymore. If we can't even get past
Right.
3 issues, and I honestly don't give a crap whose fault it is, whether it's Nick Klein can't keep up, Marvel's uh, is just not willing to pay him for all his pages, or
Mm,
any somewhere in between. It's just like quit putting people's names on books. Then they quit
right.
selling me a book. Hey, look, this is Philip Kennedy Johnson and Nick Klein's Hulk. No, it's not.
No.
It's so
No.
frustrating.
You
But
got us in the
frustrations
door.
aside, I'm excited to get this book on a um, you know, actually get this book coming out. And I think Man Thing is not going to be red herring. I'm pretty sure it's like a feature thing. Philip Kenny Johnson was talking about it on Twitter. So
Sick. All right, after that, we have X Force issue number 44 from Benjamin Percy. I don't know why I'm still picking up this book, except for just finish the storylines, I guess, because that's what he seems to be doing. Um, I think it was Mike at the shop. I think he posted on his personal social that he was like, I don't know what the hell's going on in this book now, but apparently Colossus is bad. And I'm like, yeah, it's been like 4 years since that storyline has come to pass or come to be,
mm-hmm.
and so we're finally wrapping it up. Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, this book gets an honorable mention, or maybe I don't know. I literally am just, I guess, holding out to get to issue 50, so when it's over, I can say I've got the complete run and then just sell it. I don't know,
Something.
but I guess there's just a little part of me that's hoping that it will get some kind of meaningful conclusion to some of these lingering storylines that were set up by Hickman and Percy. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
No. All right. Speaking of an Al Ewing book that's kind of what? And it didn't start off that way. We have X-Men Red issue number 15. Genesis has made her move, but it looks like the Fisherman King, I believe his name is. I can't remember quite.
I think it's just Fisher King.
Fisher King. It looks like his mutant powers have manifested, or he's finally releasing them, and it's kind of gross. But he's making a play, towards Genesis. So is it a Hail Mary pass? We'll see. But right now, it just feels like we're kind of circling, like we're in the toilet bowl. We're just kind of circling around the drain without really going down, up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a weird. It's in a weird spot. This book started off so great, and it's weird to say that the current X-Line books, when it's Kieran Gillen, Al Ewing, let's even say Cy Spurrier, who were really strong in kind of setting up this foundation for Krakoa post Hickman, have kind of fallen to the side a little bit, and have it almost feels like they're an afterthought at the moment.
Yeah, it's a weird time to be a mutant fan. It has made me kind of question my mutant fandom somewhat.
Right.
When even Al Ewing is having a tough time keeping me involved in a book. Now, Twitter would lead me to believe that I'm an idiot and that this run is the greatest run of all time, and that he's continuing to do perfect things in X-Men Red. I just maybe I'm just not smart enough to get it because I'm not getting it.
Yo, I'm interrupting the video. I gotta talk about our 950 subscriber goal giveaway. We are so close to hitting 950 subscribers, and when we do, we're giving away something really kick-ass. When we hit 950 subscribers, we're giving away this CBCS graded 9.8 King in Black number 5 Ryan's segment spoiler variant. So when we hit 950 subscribers, we're giving this bad boy away. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. Let's get back to the video. All right, let's jump over to DC with Dawn of DC's Batman and Robin from Joshua Williamson and
Simone DeMio.
And I wasn't going to pick this book up, and you were like, Jim, you poo-poo head for not picking it up. And I was like, all right, fine. I won't be a poo-poo head. So I'm picking it up.
There's no way that we don't pick up a current ongoing in continuity Batman book by one of our favorite artists. So we cannot skip out on that. Plus, I feel like Williamson has done good work. His one arc that he got in Batman was good, and while maybe some of these events have been a little his actual, like Superman run has been good. So
right.
Well, I imagine this book will pretty quickly tie right into what's going on with the rest of the.
I hope so. Some of these incentives look great. I really like this Art Germ cover, but also this incentive, it just might be an incentive week this week for me. I'm going to spend a ton of money on covers that I really shouldn't. But anyway, we'll see. All right, after that, talk about a crazy good looking cover. We've got Green Lantern issue number 3. This book has been obviously gone for a while because it started and then paused because of Night Terrors. Sinestro Will Pay. This looks fucking cool. I'm actually very excited for this book.
This looks cool. I'm very excited for this book. But DC has done a masterclass, an absolute masterclass on how you kill a good and successful book before it has a chance. And
right.
that is probably with not only just with Green Lantern, but with a lot of these other books too. We have gone months with nothing, no indication, no memory, no nothing about what's going on. I completely forgot there was a Philip Kennedy Johnson backup in this book until now. Like it is like a true masterclass of absolutely dropping the ball. And whoever decided to do this at DC should probably not have their job anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think we've said that multiple times since Night Terrors was announced and as it was progressing, that it made no sense. I mean, we literally had almost no DC on our show for 2 months. And so we're finally jumping back into it. And my wallet's kind of going like, yo, you weren't spending that much money, right?
Glad to have both the Jeremy Adams, Hal Jordan story and the Philip Kennedy Johnson story as well.
Right, for sure. All right, our last DC book of the night is World's Finest Teen Titans, calling all Titan fans This one's on my pool just because I have fun with Mark Waid and his depiction of kind of retconning DC stories and characters, and I don't really have that much experience with the original Teen Titan team, so this is nice for me. Would it be amazing if Dan Mora was on the artwork? Of course, but we can't have our cake and eat it too. But so far 3 issues in, this has been fun. It's just been a silly goose time. And it was desperately needed while we were going through Night Terrors. So it was fun to just have a kind of like a shits and giggles DC book for me.
Yeah, something going on.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure this was confirmed to be a 6-issue mini. So
Mm-hmm.
that almost makes me feel like instead of having 2 issues of an ongoing and I can just stop here, now it's like, well, I have 2 of 6. I might as well just keep going.
Let's keep going with it. You're right. All right, let's jump over to our independents. We're going to kick it out with Boom Studios' House of Slaughter, issue number 17.
Yeah, we have started up this is the second issue of a new arc. We are primarily looking into the white masks and the armless individual they call Bait that has been placed into this foster home, I believe, to try to see what is happening in this foster home that is actually creating monsters. So, interested to see what direction we're going this one. It was a pretty wacky and sometimes hard to follow first issue of
Mm.
the arc, so we'll see if maybe we can get a little more concentrated here on the second issue.
The cover is simplistic, but it's still got very creepy vibes.
It does. It does.
All right, jumping over to Image, we have The Coal from Kelly Thompson, issue number 2. Issue number 1 felt a bit predictable, right? With the premise that was set, but the artwork was top level. Like, it was basically artwork of the week on issue 1, and I don't expect the issue 2 to drop the ball there at all.
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and just have high expectations for issue 2 because how issue 1 felt more like a issue 2 drop. And I'm not bad mouthing issue 1. It just felt a little predictable. So I'm hoping that issue 2 comes in with a good sucker punch and really wows our socks off when it comes to like the story and setting a bigger hook, because issue 1, there was a hook at the front, but then it just kind of petered out a little bit. So
Yeah.
high hopes.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that just the way the first issue went, this is going to be a story that's going to leave us a little bit like on the not on the edge of our seats necessarily, but kind of like "Oh, I want a little more, I want a little more,"
Right.
until it's all said and done, and then it's just going to be like this big dramatic
Mm-hmm.
thing. So I'm just trying to keep an open mind because it is Kelly Thompson and she does great work.
100%. And again, I cannot stress enough, the artwork in this book
Yeah.
is killer. 10 out of 10. Turn it up to 11. Like, crazy good. All right, the last book of the night is Enfield Gang Massacre number 2. You were all about issue 1, and this was based off a recommendation from one of our patrons.
It was, yeah, and issue 1 was an absolute blast. Westerns aren't something that we're getting a ton of comic-wise, and
Mm-hmm.
it's something that I feel like was done uh, very well. Not only was it, not only did it have a really good Western feel, artwork-wise, tone-wise, but there was also a little bit of like a unexpected horror slash just like
Mm.
gruesome element to it. I was not expecting a man to be strung up from the rafters with his entrails hanging out and in graphic detail too. So
Shoot.
this is definitely not for the faint of heart. This is by the team that did that Texas Blood, which I believe you did at least the first arc of. Did
I
a
think
little bit
so.
of that.
Yeah.
But this has been a lot of fun. So looking forward to the second issue.
Was that Texas Blood? Wasn't that Chip Zdarsky? Wasn't he part of that group?
No,
Or no? Huh.
no, it was
Interesting.
these guys right here, Chris Condon and
Yeah.
Jacob Phillips.
Alternate universe, I guess. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's New Comic Book Day video for the week of September 13th. Let us know down in the comments, what are you picking up today? What are you going to read first? And what's your potential pick of the week? Let us know down in the comments. As always, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. It'd be much appreciated as we're trying to hit 950 subscribers, and we're very close as we've already hit and broken, that dam of 900 subscribers, but we just need a little bit more to push on to get to 950 and then ultimately to 1,000. So please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join us live this Sunday 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, I promise, for a live show where we'll talk about all these books and more. I promise. If I've got to pull out my laptop, go to the local library, and sit in the parking lot and use their Wi-Fi and stream from my car, I will do it. Because we will have a live show. We took one weekend off, and then last week it just fell apart. So, as always, fam, be kind to one another and read more comics. Later.